Hey everyone, today's reset day. So I'm basically in this video just going to go over what's happening this week in the game and go over some Reddit threads that I found interesting, show you some Transmog. I'm going to answer a couple comments that I got on my YouTube, and probably go on a rant or two. So that's basically what this video is about. This week in WoW, we got our weekly events will be all geared towards PvP. They are the Arena Skirmish bonus event starts, and also the PvP Brawl starts today. Packed House begins. So this is a good week if you want to get some bloody coins or PvP currency like honor to get PvP gear, or buy something from the vendor you want for Transmog, or get a toy or something like that. This is a good week to do that. Our Love is in the Air has ended yesterday, so hopefully that worked out for all of y'all. I got a Reddit thread about this I'm going to go over. On Thursday, we got a micro holiday event. It's called the Hatching of the Hippogryphs. I don't know if you guys know what this event is all about, but I'll show you here. This guide was written by Perculia. I hope I said that right, on Wowhead. So I'll link this below. But basically what you do here is you want to head to Feralis, south of Dire Mall, and you'll see some Frey Feather eggs. And when you get here, you go right up to one of the nests and you start incubating one of the eggs, okay? So once you do that, you'll notice some chat, and then after that, after a few seconds, the egg will hatch into a hatchling, and it will be perched on your shoulder like this, sort of like Peppy is, as you can see here on the head. So you'll get this, and it lasts for 24 hours. Now there is a rare that patrols the area, and if you kill this rare, you can get this hippogryph to stay in your shoulder for 5 days. So this happens Thursday. If it's something you're interested in, head down to Feralis and check that out. Now if you are in Feralis, you can also go farm a couple of pets. There is the Sprite Darter Hatchling that drops in Feralis. It's a world drop, so this is a good pet to go farm. It sells for quite a bit of gold too. The sought after pet. And also there's a whelpling. I think it's called the Emerald. Yeah, the Emerald Whelpling drops from the Noxious Whelps in the Feralis. So if you're in Feralis and you're bored and want to do some pet farming, those are two good pets you can go farm for. Our world boss this week will be, let's check it out here. We had Strun ran last week, or since today's reset. So this week will be Bazual, and he is located in the Azure span, right around this area right here. Right in this area here to the east, right outside Vakthros. So it's a good thing to go farm him, especially with your alts or even your main. If you don't do rating or Mythic Plus, you can go farm it. It drops 389 gear, or you can go get it for transmog pieces that you're missing. So this is a good thing to do here. So that's basically all that's happening on the calendar in WoW this week. It's kind of uneventful. Of course, you can always run your raids and Mythic Pluses and all that, which you can do weekly. So speaking of some things within the community here, we'll look at some Reddit threads. And one of the big ones here that was posted on Reddit, it was posted by Dr. Flanagan, and the title was, he recrafted a ring for someone to add a flavor pocket, and it deleted the flavor pocket and turned their 418 ring into a 392 ring. Now that's terrible to hear, man, because when that happened, you basically bricked that ring for someone, right? 392. Now this is a bug. Now this it has not just happened to Dr. Flanagan. There's a couple posts about it. It happened to quite a few people. So hopefully, like, Blizzard gets this fixed. So if you sent to get your ring upgraded to a 418, and this happened, you're gonna have to put in a ticket. So hopefully those get resolved soon. If you read through these comments, I think one of them was like, how do you know that, someone wasn't like trying to scam them? Well, with what's great about the crafting system now is you really can't scam anyone with it because you send them all the mats and then everything's done basically through the mail and through the materials that you already sent them. So it's pretty hard to do. So if this happens, no one's trying to pull a fast one on you. The crafter ain't trying to pull a fast one on you. It's just a bug. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully it doesn't happen to any of you guys. And also at this stage in the game, most people, I know for me, I got a personal tailor that has that crafts my like lariats and rings that I need. So I just usually go through them. And most people now probably found that person that can do it for them that they trust. So so just be aware of this bug here. If you run into it, this is what happened. Another thing going on that was posted by this poor guy here, or poor girl, you know, Gold Dog YT, has to deal with the Love is in the Air event. And this guy, he posted 235 attempts this year, no mount. Surely it will drop next year, copium. Now, Blizzard did say that they upped the drop rate for this. So, I mean, who knows what they upped it to. Maybe it was like 0.001% to 0.002%. I guess they're not lying because they technically did up it. But let me know if you guys know more people that got it this year or not. I personally didn't run it at all because I already had it. But this person had 235 attempts. You know, God bless them. But there's a lot of people. You know, this person, Wolf Keenfliger, I hope I said their name right, ran 12 tombs daily through it, didn't get it. So a lot of people have been running these on multiple tunes for many years and still ain't got it. Hopefully, I was hoping like a lot of people would get it this year with the drop rate being increased, but it seems like a lot of people are still struggling. So hopefully the RNG gods help Gold Dog next year and everyone else who was unfortunate to not get the X45 Heartbreaker this year. This is a cool post that I seen that it was like a meme post. Someone posted a thread here and they just basically combined them. State of the game, humor meme. One person, Redoer, posted Shadowlands was much better than Dragonflight, and his reason, or their reason, was Dragonflight is not just Mythic Plus in rating, which he believes, or they believe, is what Dragonflight is. He said they said in Shadowlands, at least you had callings, more world quests with your alts. You could explore other covenants and their special features. The game in general was a lot more polished. Now, someone else posted, Dragonflight is a damn blast, and they said this expansion has been far the friendliest for alts. I made a level 70 Prot Warrior 2 days ago, already 1700 RIO and 390 equipped, and I haven't tanked probably since Myth of Pandaria. Now, both of these people make good points. Me personally, you know, like every expansion that comes out, and they did this with Shadowlands, and don't let people fool you, okay? When Shadowlands first came out, everyone was like, oh, this is such a great expansion. It's great. And then after the nostalgia, like the high, they came off their high, and then they started bashing it, right? They're like, oh, I hated it, I hate doing this, I hate doing that. And that's what Shadowlands did. They did have covenants and callings, but a lot of people don't like that grind, you know? Like, people play this game for specific reasons, you know? Like, I have a buddy that all he does is run dungeons. He hates questing, he hates doing anything but running dungeons, right? But I know people that hate running dungeons, and all they do is, you know, open world stuff, PvE stuff. So, Dragonflight, I think, is a good combination of both, where you can do what you love to do without it being a grind. I know for one, Shadowlands for me, I like running a lot of alts. I like having a lot of alts just because I like collecting things on different tunes and stuff like that. But to be honest, even though I had a lot of alts in Shadowlands, I never leveled them up because the grind was so hard. It wasn't hard, it was just, it felt like a chore, is a good way to put it, right? So I had all these alts, but they all stayed at 50. I think it was 50, right? 50 to 60 with Shadowlands. So they were all at 50. And when I leveled them up was probably about a month before Dragonflight came out was when we had all that bonus experience, right? We had like 50% bonus experience. So I was like, this is a good time to level up these alts, and I did. Now, Shadowlands, of course, you had the callings and the quests and the covenants, but you also had a lot of things that I personally hated, and I'm sure a lot of people did, like the Maw. Like, I hated that place. I hated Torghast. And these were things that you had to do, and you felt pressure to do to stay, to keep up with the Joneses is a good way to put it, right? So I feel like Dragonflight, you don't have to do that. Like in Dragonflight, I already leveled up all my tunes that I want to level up, all my alts, because I didn't feel like it was a grind. It felt real passive, and I really like the rep system. Even though I wish rep was like account bound, they made good strides towards getting the bonus rep and all that. So I felt like you could do it at your own pace. And I think people that play every aspect of this game felt the same way. Like they log on, they don't feel like they're, you know, entitled to do something they don't want to do. So I think I can see both views on here, but to me, I think Dragonflight is, I like the direction it's going, even though there are some kinks to get, especially some bugs that need to be fixed. So overall, I think it's a good thing to do. But speaking of, oh, excuse me. Speaking of, we'll just keep it here. Speaking of what Gregor here, I don't even know, I hope I didn't butcher his name or their name. What he did say here, is, and this is what I'm going to talk about next, is alt friendly. So here in Dragonflight, I really believe it's really easy to gear up without running mythics. I think there's enough things with like storms and stuff like that where you can get 385 gear right now. And I'm sure in the future they'll probably make it real easy to get gear to stake them, to do things that people that don't raid do. But this person here, he made a 70 prot warrior. Well, this is what I want to talk to now about running keys. Now, this was posted about this week is when Valor became uncapped. Now, this was a pro-con issue for a lot of people. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I run keys at all levels. I believe it or not, this is the first week I ever ran mythics on alts because it was just so easy with Uncapped Valor to get people to carry you through it. Now, a lot of people, they don't like it, but I personally don't have a problem with it because it's like they're getting their Valor, you're getting free gear and Valor yourself, right? So it's like a trade-off. But a lot of people are upset about it, and I can see why. Because when I queued up a couple times for 15 keys with my own key or something else, which 15 to me is high. For most people, it's not high, right? But I'm just a casual player. I'm not really that good, to be completely honest. In fact, I'm kind of below average. But I can hold my own. Just let me tell you that. All right, I have good days and bad days, and we'll get to that. But so. This is a big thing, and this person, he got all this. As you can see, he's getting +3s on everything. Now, how Uncapped Valor works is when you get a key, usually your first key you get will be a 2. And each week, you have 2 different things. You got Fortified and Tyrannical, right? So these are 2 different separate things, right? So if you run like Fortified one week at a +2, what you want to do to get bonus Valor is you want to run everything. You get bonus Valor when you run a dungeon higher than the last dungeon you ran, or if someone in that group gets basically MMR points, right? So if they level up. But you can guarantee that by if you run a 2, if you're fresh here, like this person hasn't run anything for next week, right? So he'll start off with the academy and then run down all 2s, and then he'll run all 3s. He'll just keep dropping his key and then all 4s, and that's how you get bonus Valor. So that's what he'll do. So that's how you do it. That's how you get bonus valor if you're interested in doing that. Now, a lot of people don't run mythics, even though they want to try it, because they're scared. And I don't blame them. Me personally, I don't care what people say. And in fact, I got this posted by a person. I think I was running a key right before reset, and it was late. And I got this. And the person quoted, he said, "Please go towards a different game. There's one thing being bad." And then it was a he actually. "There's another when you're just blatantly grieving." Now listen, homie. Everyone has bad days, and you weren't tearing it up either in that dungeon. We got it done. Now, so you'll get messages like this. The best thing I can do is just ignore it, especially if you pug. I pug everything. I don't have a guild or anything like that. I don't know why. Maybe because I have no friends, but when I was growing up, I played a lot of games solo, so I'm used to playing games solo. So when I first started playing WoW, I played it solo, so I just kept playing it solo. So that was me. So if you want to pug it, usually you won't get messages like that if you find a community, and so you don't have to worry about it. But if you do get a message like that, just tell them to go kick rocks, and just ignore it, because it really means nothing. Everyone tries to point the finger like there's some mythic plus god, like they don't make any mistakes when things go wrong. They never put the blame on themselves. You ever notice that? Like, people always blame everyone else but themselves, and that goes with a lot of things in life. So sometimes people got to take responsibility. So if you get a message like this, whether you're running Mythic Plus or doing anything else in the game, just ignore it, because you don't even know them anyways, and you're just having fun. And that's what this game's about. All right? So with all that said and done and all that negative stuff, that's how you can gear up. And I will say on closing here is, if you're going to run keys for bonus valor, make sure you put bonus valor in the title, because you'll get a lot of high level people that will help you out and carry you through it. So, let me know what you guys think about that bonus valor. I personally don't have a problem with it, but it's hit or miss on a lot of people. So now let's just look at some good things here that was posted in the community. Some transmog that I thought was really cool. This one right here was posted by, it's called the Mummy Queen, and it was posted by Roan DK. I thought this one was pretty cool. I thought it looked pretty awesome. It's like the mummy look. The Egyptian, I really like Egyptian history, so I really thought this one was really cool. So I'll put exactly what they use to make this transmog piece in the description below, and where to farm these pieces if you're interested in this look. Another one here is by this one here, if you're a panda. This one is called the Warlord of the Steppe. It's a panda warrior transmog, and it was posted by Teapot Tempest. So I thought this one was really cool too. Yeah, so I really like that. There's another one here. I don't know if you guys seen like people rolling around looking like the Justice League. You had like Batman and Wonder Woman, but this person right here. So thank you to Teapot Tempest for this one right here. That was really cool. Thank you for sharing that. This one right here is called, well, I don't know what it's called, but it's basically Hulk Hogan, and his name's Hulkamaniac. So I don't know if you guys like wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling, and I like these transmog that look like people. So like the whole Justice League transmog was really cool, and this Hulkamaniac one is pretty cool. He has like his championship belt here, and he looks like Hulk Hogan. So remember to say your prayers and eat your vitamins. But I started watching wrestling again. I don't know if any of you guys do, but a couple of weeks ago, I had a buddy that was watching it, watching the Royal Rumble, so I jumped in there and watched it with him, and now we've been like a weekly thing watching Raw, and and sometimes SmackDown, and I'm really enjoying it. So I really like this Transmog. So thanks to Gunny Glow for posting that one. Now you can see people in the community posting Transmog on our Transmogfication and also the R WoW subreddit. So with all that said, here's some comments I got on my YouTube that I want to answer. Outcast Sebastian said, "Bro, please lower your settings. The FPS is hideous." And he's not the only one that said this. We have Philip here says, "I think I got more FPS on my phone than you got on your PC." Well, yeah, that's probably true. But we fixed that. Now, here it is, Vibrator. You know, he's co-signing. Like, LOL, true enough. Now, I do want to address this. When I first started YouTube, I made a YouTube channel many years ago when I first started streaming, and but I never really posted content on it. Now I don't do much streaming, but I play a lot of games, so I was like, and I have a lot of time, so I was like, well, if I'm doing it, maybe I can learn YouTube, and since I'm playing, you know, record it and post it out there, and hopefully it can help someone. So I'm still learning a lot. I'm learning a lot about YouTube and how to make videos and editing and all that. Of course, I mean, it's real ghetto. Don't get me wrong, like my videos are ghetto, but I'm trying to make them better. Now, the FPS problem, when I was streaming, I had my bitrate set at a certain quality, and streaming and recording are two different quality settings that you want to have it, but I had them both set at the same thing. So now, moving forward, I have adjusted it, so my videos should come out a lot better than they were previously. So thank you, Outcast and Philip, for that comment. I appreciate it for the feedback, and I don't take it personally. So on closing, I have a rant, and this rant has to do with alchemy. Now, alchemy is, besides like all the gathering professions, for me, was the easiest to get up to max level. But today I was like, I want to get some specialization points on things to do first crafts on, right? So there's some here, like here it's a first crafts. I can do this. I can do the bottle putrescence, and I went to do it, but I needed the altar of decay. Now, I don't know if you guys know where this altar of decay is, but I'm going to tell you right now. This altar of decay is located, get this, the altar of decay is located in the Brackenhide Hollow dungeon. And it's not inside the dungeon. You actually have to run the whole dungeon in order to access the altar of decay. Now that is a terrible, terrible design. I mean, if you're a tailor and you want to go craft Azure weave bolts or chrono weave bolts, I mean, you got to go to a different location, but it's not gated behind a dungeon. Like people that do professions, like some of them, most people, you know, they don't want to do dungeons to get like something gated behind a dungeon where they're obligated to run it to do some crafting. I think Blizzard made a terrible decision putting this altar of decay in that dungeon. So I hope they fix that. If you're going to run this, you can lock that dungeon out, and that's the best thing to do is just to lock it out, run it once, lock it out for the week, and then go back there if you're going to do multiple crafts in there. They should just put it in the Azure span over there in Brackenhide, somewhere there, and so you can go to it. But having this altar of decay, terrible choice in the dungeon. That's my rant. So that's my video and what's happening in WoW. So have fun this week playing the game, and remember, take the game in moderation and stay hydrated. Take care.